Okay, hey guys, we're here. We're gonna react to this YouTube video. It's funny stuff. Life is better when you are drunk. What? Wait. So, I'm here with my friend Adrian.
Hi.
And Jason, but he's not really a part of the video. He's just in the background playing. And are you gonna come now?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna come now. And so we're gonna react to this. It's not like a funny video. It's gonna say we're gonna do. Try not to say wow or like
Try not to
I
say
didn't
wow.
know that or something.
Try not to be impressed.
Yes, okay, we'll do that. Wait, what?
The inner working of shaving cream.
I already lost a point.
Okay, we have 3 lives.
A virus.
Huh?
Okay, I think we're all impressed by that one.
This?
Oh, actually, that makes sense because
different types of biscuits.
like biscuit shapes. That is so cool. Burning.
That's bad.
Oh no! They're busy burning down the vines. I don't know why.
Let's go. Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, that's actually very fascinating. Fish in a swing.
Do you have like one life left?
Oh, I
Grains
thought.
of salt under.
What? Yeah, they're not actually like shaped. They're actually squares. They grow in squares.
I'm trying to control this stuff there.
No, that's evil. Like if you try to lean down, it's gonna stab you in the neck.
What? Yeah, I knew that. That's obvious.
Salt mines.
Whoa. No, that's fake.
An ice storm. Actually,
We're all lost alive.
I think we've already lost everything.
Okay.
Whoa.
Videos in. No, it's fine.
Alright, video. A solar eclipse? What is that?
50 pound container that held rain after pill my mom had to take the fight of what left over during the hospital.
That's a pill?
Sniper, that's me.
No, if there's any people trying to kill someone, they have snipers out. An albino raccoon. I want it.
Actually looks sick. That looks creepy.
It is actually really terrifying, but it's cool.
Potatoes?
They look like peanuts.
Big peanuts.
Very big peanuts, yes.
Whoa.
That is satisfying.
Large ice crystal in Switzerland.
So did it freeze like that? That is.
It did.
Whoa.
Freeze like that. That's a dinosaur.
Yeah, I know that. I used to be like, when I was younger, I used to be like an absolute dinosaur expert. I can tell you anything.
That's scorpions.
Wait, they casted it in copper? Oh yeah, actually, I've seen these. No, it's
In a
actually
glass. That's a glass bro.
It's so it can hide better. Like it sticks onto a leaf and it's see-through.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a skipping stone.
Yeah. Whoa.
I think. Or is that frozen? Is it frozen like that? That's a very good photo. It looks like it's still. A traffic light. Oh, a traffic controller. I can't read.
Okay, wow.
What is that?
A snail.
Oh, it's fossilized. It's been fossilized and it made crystals.
Whoa.
Damn.
Do you know if you like put
What have
eggshells
you
in
made?
like vinegar?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
that-
crystallizes it.
Oh, that is so cool.
It's baby driver, but there's like a driver on top. An empty aircraft. A bomb. I wish it
That
was
is-
flying around.
That looks so futuristic.
I watched this on another video. Alien something. Oh, that's the strawberry. Yeah,
That's a little seed thing, and that's its little stalk thing, so it can stalk. Yeah,
Is that a whale?
yeah, that's a whale.
Sperm whale.
It's meant to actually be a sperm whale, but they didn't want to add the S. Okay. Dark side of the
Actually looks like a
moon. 1 million miles away.
Should we do try not to laugh challenge next?
That's a truck. They're tipping the truck upside down.
A record.
Oh. Wait, what? No. That one's way too fascinating. So look here. That's what it is before, and they press it?
And then like they run a machine.
No, they press it, and then the grooves on the presser must add the sound. What? Okay, I've lost this challenge easy. This is amazing. I'm learning so much. Who needs school?
1,000 years old. 10,000.
Wow, they're circular.
That
that's not.
is so cool.
A sinkhole. No, that can't be real.
Sinkhole.
How is that real? It'd be amazing, but you'd die.
I've seen that. I think
Like
some
in a
people did a
photo.
flip off that.
Yes, it's like it was an island, but then like the water sank down. Neil Armstrong.
What? It's all live? It's live. Oh, baby. Oh, hi, my kitty cat. My kitten's here. Oh, what's that?
Elephant's tail. But they can swat away flies.
That's ugly. There's a stitch.
They scar and get dirty. Put on the work.
What?
No, he just put it in.
Oh, he made a light?
Okay, that's smart.
And then you turn on the things and it turns on.
Yeah, you press it and the battery starts.
It's glass. It's a mirror.
Whoa, it's like, whoa, that is so creepy. Look at it.
Oh, it's a baby
flamingo.
You show me a coach again.
I thought it's a baby duck.
Yeah, I did think that at first, but then I saw
How do you
that.
think that's a duck?
That-
50,000 years
Hey,
What? I thought that was a dog.
Hey, that's sad. Giant amethyst? Think. Richness.
Billionsness.
What?
Wait.
Starfish?
Yeah, actually, you can get square starfish.
That looks like a cracker of some sort.
I would mistake that. I would probably bite into it. What?
Snow-covered net roof of
Oh, I actually know what that is. But I,
Yes.
wait.
Inside of a spacesuit? No.
Yeah, they go in there.
Wait, what's that? An insect's nerve system?
Wait, don't tell me that they recycled it.
Probably.
But that is
Great white shark left at the abandoned wildlife park in Melbourne.
Was that Melbourne?
Yeah, in Melbourne.
really. Wow. Oh wait, so it decomposed and leaves it. Oh no. I've actually seen one of those, but it was actually in a rock. But I found it in. No, okay.
It has stripes. I love
Wait, so it's
white.
underneath?
Yeah,
And it's.
skin.
Okay. Oh no, that's a bacteria.
Left behind for her. What? 8-year-old boy.
Festy. My hands are probably dirty anyway, bro.
Disgusting.
The oldest rock. Go get a rock off the floor, it's probably older.
Yeah.
Wait, in
Whale
Egypt? How did it get up there?
Oh, the flood.
Actually,
Noah's
yeah,
Ark.
Noah's Ark, Christianity.
Clean
Wait,
blood.
wait.
He's playing with the dinosaur.
Hey, no, that took long to build, okay? He's playing with my Lego. So, hearts aren't actually naturally bred.
Yeah, it's just a blood.
Wait, what?
Jupiter, Europa, Earth,
Where are
Saturn.
Oh, yeah, that's done.
I wrote
Europa.
Europa. What? Yeah, they actually have bodies.
They did.
That.
Yeah,
How?
because like over years, like it like
Yeah, but how did it do
a picture of super.
that? Wait, they got a picture of an atom?
What's an atom?
An atom is legit the smallest thing. That is so similar.
No.
It is. It actually is.
Go back.
No.
Yes.
That looks.
Powers of the vibrating physical.
I would probably think that I'm in a zombie apocalypse or something if I saw
I would go up to the top.
Dinosaur eggs! I had a voice crack. Dinosaur eggs. Ugh. I like this music actually.
Back of the
Wait, they have things.
They have mics. And that's always when girls
Wait,
like,
what's this?
that's why I like they always have their hair on one side. That's probably where the mic is.
Hey, yes, please subscribe. That dog is
Shout
so.
out to.
Wait, I'll show you the YouTube channel so I don't get striked for copyright. Already, and I only just started my YouTube channel.
Shout
Just
out
see
to
this
funny
guy?
stuff.
You go subscribe to this man.
Subscribe.
You know what? So I don't get copyright, I'll go subscribe to this man.
And like the video.
And like the video, just so I don't get striked for copyright.
And like our video too.
If you want. No.
Yeah.
No, you have to, okay?
It's not compulsory.
No, it is compulsory.
Okay,
Wait.
now we're going to funny memes, please.
Funny videos.
Okay,
We're gonna make this a
fine.
long video. Sorry, peeps.
Actually, that one, I've seen that video before. It's actually really
Funny
good.
voice cracks.
No,
Let's
this
do
one.
funny voice cracks.
No, it's so dumb. This one's actually good, trust me.
Okay.
Dumb ideas that actually worked.
No, that's
Listen
just
here.
facts.
BMAs?
Yeah.
Honey saves humans money when they shop online.
Look,
Oh,
BMAs.
Honey
Go
is the
subscribe.
best.
And applies
Go
promo
subscribe to
codes
BMAs.
automatically.
Yes,
All
I've
of the
already
savings for
subscribed.
them.
Already liked the video.
All of the boxes for
And go be like this cat. Have fun.
Thanks to Honey.
Beautiful dog.
They say the best ideas
Wait,
are often
comment
the
down below
simplest,
what's your
but
favorite,
there's a
dogs or
fine line
cats?
between simple and stupid. Some ideas are so dumb, they're actually genius. Let's check out 20 of
Oh,
these
that's like
dumb
my
ideas that somehow actually
I
work.
have nothing. in my
Is
head.
your head just empty? Yes, I know.
Number 20, the big flush. You've probably heard of synchronized ice skating and swimming, but what about synchronized flushing? No, it's not the next big Olympic sport. It's Zimbabwe's answer to their blocked sewage pipes problem. In
Don't go to
2012, the
South
mayor of
Africa.
Bulawayo,
It's way too
Zimbabwe,
dangerous.
ordered
Yeah,
residents
I'm
to
from
flush their
Africa.
toilets simultaneously for
Wait,
an
wait,
hour
listen to the
twice
video.
a week to keep the pipes from becoming clogged. As the blockages were due to flush matter drying out and getting stuck in shoddy pipework, the big flush would keep the pipes wet, hopefully solving the problem. Admittedly, many residents deemed it successful. Other residents, however, felt the leaders should be looking at more permanent solutions. I'd agree. Citywide clogged toilets are definitely worth causing a stink about. Number 19. Mirror Mountain. The village of Viganella in Italy was built at the bottom of such a steep valley that the sun disappears behind the mountains throughout winter. That's 3 entire months in total shadow. But in
Dang,
2005,
get
an
a
engineer
suntan.
and an architect visited the
run up a
village and came up with an idea. You can't move the mountains, but what if you could reflect the sun's rays? The village raised 100,000 euros to construct a
actually really
400
ingenious.
square foot mirror for just such a purpose, which now reflects the winter sun down to the valley. The idea was so successful that the Norwegian town of Rjukan also installed a sun mirror in 2013 to even greater effect. Rjukan used to spend 6 months in darkness, but now thrives under its reflected sun. Just don't try to use the mirror to fix your hair. You'll probably go blind. Number 18. Iced shoe. Are you tired of having stanky shoes even after washing them? Ever thought about just throwing them in the freezer? Yep, it sounds crazy, but when you freeze your shoes for a good few hours, it kills the odor-producing bacteria. Just remember to put
Yes,
them in a
'cause
Ziploc
bacteria
bag first
don't
before
like
you throw them in. You want to get the smell out of your shoes, not give your food foot fungus. Number 17. Flamin' hot. When civilization inevitably collapses, you'll probably need to kindle a fire at some point. But of all the useful relics of the civilized world, there's a surprisingly common fire-making tool that might surprise you.
No way.
Doritos. Your stockpiles of these snacks may actually
I
come in
knew
handy
that.
as their
You
high
can
carbohydrate
start
and
a
oil
fire
content
with
makes them an
Doritos.
ideal fire-starting material with a surprisingly long burn time. But don't be
tried it
fooled by
at
the
home, it's
names.
genius.
Cool Ranch
Guys, it
works just
doesn't
as well as
actually
Flamin' Hot
burn
Nacho
that
cheese
long,
flavor.
but
Number 16.
like-
Making a stand. If you get tired of holding your tablet upright while watching movies, this next solution is just for you. All you need are a couple of clothes hangers and a lazy temperament. By threading a folding tablet case around a plastic hanger, you can hang it from your ceiling fan or bunk bed. If you want to
My
take it
brain
up a
is
notch to
fried.
big brain level, carefully fold a metal hanger and live the life of a very modern DIY genius. It's amazing what brilliance our laziness inspires.
No. clearly
Relax
it's
smarter,
genius.
not harder. Number 15. Cheese floss. Do you stay up late at night worrying your cheese isn't practicing proper dental hygiene? Of
Yes,
course you do. Luckily, there's a solution that combines dairy snacks with flossing. It's also weirdly satisfying to watch. Thanks to the razor thinness of floss, it's perfect for cutting foods like cake and cheese when your knives are dirty. That said, only use unscented floss
No,
unless
no,
you're
no,
into
I don't
minty
want an ad,
cheese.
please. No, no, no,
Number
no, no,
14.
No, I've been a good boy this Christmas.
Listen here, Beagle.
Yeah?
Thanks to Honey, pets have never had it better. Honey saves humans money when they shop online.
Yeah,
It
go get
finds,
Honey, it's
tests,
free,
and
and
applies
save money.
promo codes automatically.
It's good.
All of the savings for them, all of the boxes for moi.
Oh, and I get toys!
Thanks to
Okay.
Anti-knot powder. When your shoelaces and jewelry become tangled in knots, it can be extremely frustrating. But a simple solution can be found easily in your pantry or bathroom cabinet. By sprinkling some cornstarch or talcum powder on stubborn knots, you lubricate the material with the tiny particles, making it easier to untie. It sounds bizarre, but it really works. A big congratulations to whoever figured this one out. Number 13. 3 weeks notice. Reddit user Stellapotamus should be congratulated for his amazing solution to a needlessly overcomplicated doctor's appointment cancellation. When the Redditor went to cancel his appointment, he was told there was a $200 charge for canceling without a week's notice. But he also realized it was free to reschedule, so he rescheduled his appointment for 3 weeks' time. Moments after doing so, he asked to cancel the appointment. The receptionist told him they needed a week's notice to do so without the charge. Stellapotamus politely pointed out that his appointment was now in 3 weeks' time. The receptionist realized they'd been had, but could do nothing but accept it, saying, "Oh, okay, sure." With a polite
Big
thank
brain,
you,
big
Stellapotamus
brain.
ended the
That
encounter and
actually
smugly
looks
went
sweet.
about his day. That poor receptionist never stood a chance. Number 12. Stop right there. If you ever find yourself waiting for a while at a bus stop in Germany that seems suspiciously devoid of buses, you may well be at a fake bus stop. Especially in Dusseldorf, the first place to bring in the
That's a
bizarre
rip-off.
practice. But why? Well, German nursing homes have started using this tactic to keep Alzheimer's patients from wandering off. While the patient's short-term memory slowly disintegrates, certain long-term memories remain, like remembering the purpose of a bus stop. Patients occasionally escape and flock to the bus stop, assuming it will take them home. Of course, the bus stops, while provided by the city's transport networks, aren't actually connected to any transport lines. When the staff notice the patients out there waiting for hours with little concept of time, they know exactly what's happened. Staff bring them back in telling patients that the bus is late and will come later. Once they get back to the home, they forget they left in the first place. Number 11. Percussive maintenance. When the Apple III computer released in 1980, it came with a number of flaws, including overheating, which caused the integrated chips to expand and become dislodged. Steve Jobs refused to add noisy vents to the design, so Apple proposed another solution. In a technical bulletin, they instructed problem-encountering owners to lift the machine 3 inches and drop it in order to reset the chips on the logic board. It worked, and the whole story seems to suggest that your old man hitting the TV to fix the signal wasn't just an act of idiotic frustration. Man-on-machine violence. Fixing electronics since 1980. Number 10. Off the hook. For Jasper Lawrence, allergies were a problem his entire life. So when he heard about Dr. David P. Strachan's hygiene hypothesis, he was convinced the answer to his problem was parasites. The theory, based on studies into the impressive immunity of primitive tribes around the world, suggested that parasites and bacteria help maintain the internal balance of our bodies. So Jasper made a trip to Cameroon and infected himself with 50 hookworms. At the end of the 8-week incubation period, he realized that his symptoms had declined significantly. Hookworms are thought to regulate inflammation in the host's body, which reduces the extreme effects of allergies. But the question is, would you turn your body into a medicinal worm farm? Number 9. The syphilis solution. In the early 1900s, Austrian physician and psychiatrist Julius Wagner Jauregg experimented with an unusual treatment for syphilis. At that time, syphilis was a common disease which often proved deadly over time, with no proper pharmaceutical cure. However, it was understood that in many cases, high fevers could cure the disease. So Wagner-Jurek developed malariotherapy, intentionally infecting syphilis patients with malaria to induce a fever and kill off the disease. Since medication to treat malaria was available, it was considered an acceptable risk. This technique was used from 1917 to the 1940s and even earned Wagner-Jurek a Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1927. Number 8. Night Witches. Between 1942 and 1945, the members of a night bomber division of the Soviet Air Force made up of only female pilots garnered a fearsome reputation as the terrors of the skies. Given the nickname Night Witches, the group used Polikarpov U-2 biplanes to drop bombs on Nazi targets. The planes were small and slow, only holding 2 bombs at a time, and were easy to shoot down if detected. So the Night Witches came up with a solution. When the pilot was nearing her target, she would cut the engine off mid-air. The plane would glide down almost silently, and before the enemy even knew they were there, they would restart engines and drop their bombs. Sounds like a dangerous plan, sure, but they were highly successful. And if it works, it works.
Quick, get rid of that.
Listen here, Beagle.
Yeah?
Honey saves humans money when they shop online. It finds 10.
Nutella.
Number 7. The man for the job. When 2 dolphins at an aquarium in Fushan, China were found to have swallowed plastic shards, veterinarians were unable to remove them. So they turned to someone truly unexpected and yet totally obvious. Mongolian herdsman Bao Yishun, the Guinness World Record's tallest man, standing at 7 feet, 8.95 inches. Bao used his 42-inch long arms to reach down and extract the shards from the dolphin's stomachs successfully. Now that's good use of human resources. Number 6. Galactic DIY. When an electrical unit malfunctioned on the International Space Station in 2012, onboard astronauts Sunita Williams and Akihito Hoshide needed to replace it. But when they tried to attach the unit to the spacecraft, they were unable to, as metal shavings had gathered inside the connecting bolts. After a grueling 4 hours with no luck, it was time to remove their rocket scientist hats and don their handyman hats. Thinking on their feet, they fastened a toothbrush to a metal pole and started scrubbing away the metal fillings. After another 4 hours, they were finally able to attach the new unit. And just like that, a $3 toothbrush saved a $100 billion space station.
Ooh.
Number 5. Adaptive technology. If you ever find yourself stuck without an HDMI adapter, with no other way of connecting your device to the TV, don't panic. Your entertainment needs aren't as doomed as they seem. Simply follow the lead of this genius who hooked his camcorder up to the TV and aimed it at his tablet, which was streaming the big game. There's no doubt about it, this guy is living in 3019.
Sorry if this video is pretty
Number
long.
4. Fires suck.
We're having
Sometimes there's a fine line between a genius idea and grounds for divorce. I'll let you decide which category this guy falls under, though I'm voting genius. By depriving a flame of oxygen and pulling the fuel into a vacuum chamber, you can put out a fire using a Hoover. It goes without saying, though, you should probably pick an extinguisher over a Dyson if your house is up in smoke. But funnily enough, this method is actually proposed for use by astronauts, so it might be genius after all. Your significant other probably won't think so, though. Number 3. Safer soap. When the Longjiang Bus Company in the Hunan province received numerous passenger complaints about their drivers' unsafe, erratic driving, they came up with a solution. Next to the drivers, they hung large bowls of water, intended to deter the drivers from making sudden stops or sharp turns, on threat of a jolly good soaking. The bowls were expected to remain full when drivers finished their shift, and to keep drivers from refilling the bowls, they installed CCTV. Seeing as they failed to take sharp stops caused by other dangerous drivers into consideration, the company's idea doesn't really hold water. Number 2. Counter camouflage. Thanks to their amazing camouflage abilities, having a pet chameleon can easily turn into a near-impossible game of hide-and-seek. Luckily, Redditor's Impenetrable Fog came up with a solution: tying a balloon to your chameleon. Mr. Chameleon, however, doesn't look too pleased by his floating companion. Number 1. Tough on stains. Household cleaning products are great and all, but can any help when your pesky roommate leaves his radioactive material strewn about the place? Surprisingly, yes. When a huge nuclear site in northern Scotland was being decommissioned, moving the plutonium-stained steel equipment presented a serious hazard to workers. The equipment needed to be decontaminated, but the standard cleaning agents slowed down the process, taking too long to dry. After a worker mentioned seeing an advert where household cleaner Sillet Bank stripped dirt off a coin, they have seriously suggested giving it a try. It turned out to be extremely effective for the plutonium stains and proved to significantly reduce the cost of the project.
I'm having
Now
fun.
that's what I call bang for
Why?
your buck. Which of these solutions were you most
Okay.
surprised actually?
Thank you guys for watching.
Ching.
Please subscribe to
Wow.
Be Amazed and please leave a like to him.
Yeah, do that. And if you guys like my video, then subscribe to me and like my videos because it helps a lot. It makes me feel happy in life.
Nameless Gaming.
Of course they're gonna know that if they're watching my video, Jason. Are you that special?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you like this.